So Toy Story. Toy Story is one of those movies that defined my childhood. Not just my childhood, but anyone who was born in the late 80s and early 90s. I remember watching this movie on VHS over and over again. I know nowadays, kids will have no idea what a VHS is, but those were some of my most fond memories as a kid. Many people consider Toy Story to be like the gold standard when it comes to Pixar movies, and I understand why. Toy Story was groundbreaking when it came out, and watching this movie today, it's amazing how good this movie looks today. Pixar was truly ahead of its time when it came to the CG style movies. Just think, this movie was released in 1995. Wow. Toy Story was a massive hit. The merchandising potential was insane. The toys, the clothing, the spin-offs, the video games, and much more. Disney and Pixar had a gold mine here. Even today, Toy Story remains one of Disney's most profitable properties and still wildly popular. Let's take a look at the first movie, the one that started it all. The movie follows a family of toys. Each toy has a distinct personality. In later movies, they give other toys more development, but here the main focus is a cowboy named Woody and a space ranger named Buzz Lightyear. The toys are faced with a couple dilemmas. Andy, the kid who owns these toys, are moving, and he also has a birthday, which raises the fear in the toys of being replaced. This whole concept of toys having this fear and them coming to life when the owners are away was super creative. I remember being a kid and actually believing my toys will come alive when I'm away. That's crazy, but effective. Woody seems to be the leadership figure in the movie, but when Buzz comes into the picture, he is threatened by him. The whole dynamic between Woody and Buzz is hilarious. The fact that Buzz believes he is a space ranger and Woody living in the reality of the fact that him being a toy got many laughs out of me. There comes a time when Woody tries to set Buzz up and ends up knocking him out of a window, and that's when the movie really picks up. The way the toys interact with the real world was not only just really witty writing, but also really funny. We can't forget the aliens who are at the mercy of the claw, or the scene where one of the soldiers gets stepped on by Andy's mom. It's just great. Oh, how can we forget the amazing voice work? Tom Hanks as Woody and Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear? Perfect. Woody is definitely the star of the show, and I could never imagine anyone else playing these characters. Later in the movie, we get introduced to this kid named Sid and his dog. We get a glimpse of Sid earlier with him blowing up a toy. This kid is definitely a troubled kid. The fact that his parents allow him to buy explosive and blow things up in the yard, I just don't know what to say about that. He ends up getting Buzz and Woody at Pizza Planet through the claw machine. It takes them home, where he does his horrific experiments on these toys. These toys look absolutely terrifying, but end up being very sweet and helping Woody and Buzz escape this prison and get back to Andy. The story in this movie is pretty straightforward, but it works through amazing characterization and dynamics between Buzz and Woody. The humor in this film is very well written as well. There are definitely some jokes I did not catch as a kid, like Buzz being drunk at the tea party after realizing he is not actually a space ranger. That was hilarious. And also Bo Peep giving Woody advances in the beginning of the movie. This soundtrack is a classic. You Got a Friend in Me will forever be considered one of the best songs of all time. Toy Story itself is a classic. There's no denying the quality here. If you have young kids, this movie is perfect, and there is still enough entertainment value for everyone in the family. So go watch this. This movie is super accessible now. You can get it on iTunes, it's on Disney Plus. Go do yourself a favor, go watch this.